During the crack epidemic, black women were punished if their children came out at birth addicted to crack or they were born stillborn due to crack addiction. Then they were charged with murder. That's what they did. But during the opioid plague that's going on, babies that are born addicted to drugs, those women don't go to jail. And the baby just gets treatment, and that's the end of it. So they don't hold these mothers responsible like they did during the crack epidemic. This came out in CNN Health. Hospital costs for treating newborns in opioid withdrawal jumped to $572.7 million. They have spent well over $1 trillion, ladies and gentlemen, on opioid addiction alone. Over an addiction that they still have not beat. Over $1 trillion. Okay, this is December 17th, 2019. The cost of treatment for infants in U.S. hospitals who had been exposed to opioids rose by more than $250 million over 4 years, according to a study published Monday. In 2012, total hospital costs to treat neo-abstinence syndrome were $316 million. By 2016, according to the study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association Pediatrics, the number was up to $572.7 million. That's a lot of money. Neonatal abstinence syndrome, also known as NAS, occurs primarily in infants who were exposed to opioids while in utero. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the mother addicted to the drug. Okay? And these women that are drug addicts usually don't go for care throughout their pregnancy. So, a lot of times in the past, I know the doctors didn't always pick up on this because they did not make regular visits to get any type of care during their pregnancy. Okay, so this was costing them $22,550 per infant in 2016. The study said in 2016, Medicaid was responsible for 83% of charges for in-hospital births with an NAS diagnosis, indicating that the state and federal budgets may continue to bear disproportionate costs as the opioid plague evolves, according to the study. The rate of NAS births has risen significantly. The rate of NAS soared from 1.5 in every 1,000 hospital births in 2004 to 8 in every 1,000 in 2014. In 2016, there was 6.7 cases of NAS for every 1,000 hospital births, the study said. Opioid use during pregnancy has been linked to maternal mortality and risk of overdose for the mother, according to the CDC, while infants risk preterm birth, low birth weight, breathing problems, and feeding problems. And ladies and gentlemen, these babies cry around the clock. I know some of you remember this from when I did videos a couple of years back, but these babies cry around the clock. An estimated 10.3 million Americans aged 12 and older misuse opioids in 2018, including 9.9 million prescription pain relievers, abusers, and 808,000 heroin users. More than 130 people died every day from opioid related drug overdoses in 2016 and 2017, according to the Department of Health and Human Services. Look, I've heard numbers well over 200 a day. Because there's no consistency in these numbers, they are not um, accurate numbers. Right there. I have heard 200. I think the highest I heard was 275 a day, and now 130 a day. The numbers are so inconsistent, it's not even funny. But just know these are not true numbers that they are giving us. And it's only based on 22 states that report to the CDC, not all 50 states. So again, whatever number they give you, it's never going to be accurate. But ladies and gentlemen, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Like I said, during the crack epidemic, mothers were punished for the way their babies came out of the womb. But these women that have these babies hooked on opioids, they're not in trouble. Remember, it's a public health issue. Nobody should go to jail, you know. And right now, the reason why they can't get rid of this addiction is because they are enabling the drug addict out here. They're enabling, they're enablers. Now, they're claiming they are trying to get them treatment, but many of these folks refuse treatment. They won't go into treatment. They won't. And even if they end up in court because they commit crime due to drug addiction, which, they didn't want to hear that from us during the crack epidemic. We were inherently violent and that's all they wanted to hear. But now that it's happening to their people, they have since then created drug court. Remember, there was no drug court during the crack epidemic. Everybody went to criminal court. And there are people to this very day still sitting in jail from the crack epidemic. But these folks get the option of going to jail or going to drug treatment. And of course, they all go to drug treatment, so they don't have to go to jail. But the treatment of the drug addict is totally different. And really, the crack epidemic was not that long ago. It really wasn't. But the treatment of addiction is like day and night now. So now these babies are born addicted to opioids. They have to spend nearly 16 days in the hospital. And the treatment cost alone is $22,550 per infant. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, and they also said, and I did an article on this probably about a year ago, that these babies born addicted to opioids have smaller heads. Their heads are smaller than normal. So it's no telling what type of learning disabilities they're going to have. In fact, I think they already see it now. If memory serves me correct, a lot of these children are in school and they have all kinds of learning disability and mental issues, and behavior issues. in school. Yes, it's going to show up, especially if there's something abnormal like their head size. So there's other things that are going to be impacted as these children grow up. I remember when I first started doing this, they tried to make the claim that these children were going to be okay and you wouldn't really notice anything ever being wrong. And that's not true. That's not true. Just like many of the children that were born on crack, they ended up in special education. And many of these children addicted to opioids, they're ending up in special education too, ladies and gentlemen. They are. Okay, there are many problems with them. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.